Hello, I wanted to make a check-in video. This one is going to be a little bit longer, so you know, you can click on and click off at your will. I wanted to talk about something that is a little tender and touchy for people and for me, and it just depends on what topic you're talking about, like what area of focus it is. It could be one thing at one point in time, another thing at a different point in time. And what I'm referring to is feeling stuck, frustrated, alone, lonely, not having things the way you want them to be. You want something more, you want something better, and you just feel like freaking so frustrated because you've tried so many things and you just don't know what to do next. And I can tell you, when I started my journey into learning about pleasure and sex and my body, that was how I felt. I couldn't climax very easily, and I had to go through a lot of different learning opportunities to figure out my body and work with different coaches and have a lot of experiences to gain all the knowledge and all the insight that I have. And I'm so grateful for that, because I am really good at coaching now. I just started with a new coaching client. We had our first session today. I actually started working with her about a month ago, but we couldn't have our first session until today. And it was just like, whoo, man, just, I am so grateful for the breadth of my experience and my knowledge, like the breadth and the depth. And, just having the tools at my fingertips to be like, yeah, well, I do a lot of journaling. If you don't like to write, you might not want to work with me. Journaling is like a very, very useful tool for me. And it was just like so good to have that confirmation and that affirmation, because I forget when I'm just in the grind, and I forget that I'm a good coach and I'm a good facilitator. And so I got to have that experience this morning, and it was so good because, the thing is, it's best to do this work with someone who's in the work. And what I mean by the work is, like, whatever the process is, that's my opinion. Whatever the process is, hopefully they're working it too. You don't want to be with someone who says, do what I say, not what I do, because it doesn't have the same feel. It doesn't feel real. It doesn't feel authentic. So, this morning I knew I had a very heavy day coming up. I went to the doctor today to ask about my hip, and I was having a lot of fear, frustration, feeling alone, upsetness, like all those feelings. And I did the work that I do. I did the journaling that I do. I did the process that I do. And I got to see, like, what are my unconscious thoughts? What are my shadow thoughts going on? What are my belief systems that are contributing to all this anxiety and all this fear and frustration? And I got to work through all of that and handle my own shit before I got on the phone with my coaching client. And it was so good because it's all fresh. It's all fresh because I'm in the work. And even though I'm not doing it around sex and sexuality per se right now, I have, and now I'm doing it on my health. And for those of you who are following that journey, the doctor said tendinitis, and that my psoas is inflamed, and that's affecting my my glutes and hamstrings and quads. So it's just radiating out from there. So he suggested cortisol shots. So I'm going to be doing research on that. And also I have an appointment with a Rolfer to see about Rolfing. And it's like, all right, you know, this is the thing. It's like if you've tried a lot of things and you have like a long history of already trying a lot of things, it can be very disheartening. It can be very frustrating. But, you know, it's like we have to learn somehow to enjoy the journey because there always is going to be another thing to work on. So we need to find ways to work on the things that we like. Like, I know I like journaling. I know I like playing with pleasure. I know I like working with like woo-woo stuff that, you know, that's, I would say in this past year, that's the number one thing that I've learned that helps me to feel better is the woo-woo. It's like, whether I believe it's real or not, it feels good. And what I mean by the woo-woo is all the energy work, the tantra, the magic, the dealing with the energies and the powers that be. And I don't get into it very deeply, but I just follow what feels good. Because I feel like for me, if it feels good, how can it be wrong? You know, and that's kind of my guiding light. And that's why I'm making this live video and then go and post it everywhere where I'm like, yes, I'm a good coach because I am in this I'm in this program called Social Media Seductress, and it's fun and it's teaching me. I don't know if you've noticed an uptick in my activity. But just to like pull back the veil, right? Like I don't have all these amounts of time for marketing and being on social media. What I have is time to do my work, whatever is the highest and best use of my time. And I'm in school full time for psychology. I have clients that I see. I facilitate erotic experiences and I see clients several times a week. That's my livelihood. I am a mom. I exercise. I eat healthy. So it's like learning how to also do this marketing is like, woo, it's a big stretch. It's a big stretch. And they're like, don't just list your prices and don't just do it this way and that way. I'm like, oh, I could do without. I'm a very direct communicator and it helps me as a coach. It's great. But in sales, maybe not so great because people want to be lured in and seduced. And so this is me seducing you. This is what I can do today. I just had my massage. I feel so much better. If you saw a video like last week or something, I was in Cabo, which was freaking beautiful. But it's not fun to be in paradise if you're also in pain. It's like simultaneously being in hell and heaven at the same time. It's very difficult. And I did my best to stay present through the entire time. And I did definitely learn a lot and gain a lot from the experience. But one thing that I really gained was like how much better I want my body to be. I want my body to be better. And so like, what am I willing to do? You know, I'm willing to raise my vibration. I'm willing to improve my attitude. I am willing to try new modalities. What are you willing to do? If you're frustrated in the bedroom, you're frustrated with intimacy, maybe even if you're single and your solo sex practice is like leaving something to be desired, you know, these are all things that I can support you with. So yeah, if you're interested, send me a message. We'll set up a time to talk on the calendar and we'll see if it's a good fit to work together. I just started with a new client today, like I said, and I would like to take one more person or couple at my current level. And then I'm going to raise the price. So I have slot for one more at this current rate. So if you want to get in with me at a time where I have more attention for you and more spaciousness, and it would be a little bit more budget friendly, this is the time to do it. So that is my point of the whole thing. I don't know. I'm feeling so much better after my massage. So it's just goes to show me how much, when we're having something that we're ignoring or managing, it's a real energy suck. It truly is. So whatever you're going through, imagine how much energy you're spending or using just to manage that thing or to repress it or to set it to the side. When you could do some things, some processes, and release it and move through it and move on to the next thing and have that energy available for more pleasure, for business, for whatever. So, all right, that's it. Have a lovely evening and make it a sexy day. If I can turn off the video, it's not.